And Dave, are you out there and ready to go?
I am here. You are all pumped up today. I like it. I like it. Hey, just so you know, Dale Earnhardt got 500,000 Twitter followings in 2 days.
All right,
Is that
Dale.
pretty good?
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. Anyway, that was a big deal. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought of you when I heard that. All right, so we're going to get started today. And today we're going to do things a little bit differently than we've been doing the last few weeks. We're still going to be bringing out Jay Joshua in just a few minutes, but hang on. Silence. Ha, I learned that. See, I learned how to silence my phone the other day, so now when people are calling, it's not interrupting the webinar. See, I'm getting better. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to give some testimonial myself. Then I'm going to bring on some other distributors that are rocking and rolling with this. And I just want to share kind of what my experience has been the last, the last week or 10 days, because it's actually pretty cool. So what I did is I think last week we maybe talked a little bit about that I went out to a networking meeting, a local networking meeting, or maybe I was just telling everyone one-on-one. But I was invited to a networking meeting, had about 100 people in the networking club, but at that particular meeting there was maybe 40 people there, and they did something pretty cool. They called it speed date. Speed. It wasn't speed dating. It was speed. Kind of like speed dating, where you sat in front of somebody, but we would sit in front of somebody, and then we got to move around the table, and so we got to present our opportunity to 15 different people. So we would talk to the person in front of us, and then we get up and we would move one down and talk to the next person, move one down, and each of us got 1 minute each, and then we had the third minute to kind of tie things up and pass, hand out business cards and all of that. Well, I mean, one thing that I've noticed and over the years is I always, when I do my marketing, when I'm talking to Warmark or when I'm talking to people, I never go to a networking event or when I'm in a position to be presenting or to meeting people. I never carry a club into that meeting. I never go with a club. And what I mean by that is I never walk in there and say, hey, I'm in a network marketing company. You want to join me? Or hey, let me show you how to make money or something like that. Because I feel like everyone else in the world's already doing that, and I know when I was at this particular networking meeting, there's 8 or 10 different network marketing companies that came up to me and basically did exactly that. They tried hitting me over the head with a club and dragging me out, to the cave, and I just think that's kind of the old way of doing it. So what I did is I came to the meeting, and people started coming up and introducing and shaking my hand, and they would ask, what do you do? And I said, it's not even important. I said, I just came here today just to meet you and find out what you guys are doing. I said, I've been working from my home office for quite some time and haven't really been out there meeting new people recently. So I just wanted to meet some new people and just introduce myself. And so I did that for the first half hour or so, and then all of a sudden we had to start doing this speed dating thing where we were giving 1 minute to present our opportunity. So I was like, okay, now what do I do? And my plan was already that I wasn't going to come out and talk about network marketing. So what I did is I started talking about the pain relief spray, which I absolutely love that product. And so they would sit down in front of me and they'd say, well, hey, do you have a business card? And I said, nope, I didn't bring any business cards with me. I just came to meet other people. And then they would give me their little 1 minute elevator's pitch, or whatever you want to call it. They would give me their little 1 minute pitch, and then it was my turn. And all I said was, hey, my name is Dave. I have an all-natural pain relief product. It has eucalyptus grapeseed. You'll have aloe vera. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. And it also acts as a vasodilator, which means it brings more blood flow to the area. So if you can reduce inflammation and increase circulation, you get rid of pain. And most people notice pain relief within 30 seconds to 60 seconds, maybe as much as 2 minutes. Most everyone I've ever put it on has noticed relief, and that's what I have. Just by saying that, I said that to 15 different people. And then at the end of the meeting, because I was a brand new guy, they let me go up in front of the meeting and do that same little 1 minute pitch to the entire audience. And I walked out of there with 8 different business cards of people that said they were interested to hear more and to learn more. And so that was that was last Wednesday. And again, on Friday, I called a few of them, and then today I finished up. But so far, I've sold 3 bottles. And today, I sold a bottle to a lady who invited me to another networking group that's a different group that meets at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. So I will actually be going to a new networking group on Wednesday with her and meeting a whole other group of people and probably kind of using the same idea. So we're going to introduce you to another gentleman in a few minutes who's kind of doing a similar thing that I'm doing, and it's not exactly the same, but I guess I just wanted to share that with everybody because that's how I build. That's how I meet people. And Josh, I've been working using the 1 day work week and dialing some leads every day. And I probably dial about an hour of leads per day, but I've been spending a lot of my time just out there rebuilding my warm market, just out there meeting new people. And that won't pay dividends for me probably for 30 to 60 days because, again, I want to meet them. And I'll use one more quick analogy, and probably most everyone on this webinar can understand this. Most of us, when you got married, when you found the girl or the man that you were going to marry, you probably didn't go hit him on the head and said, "I'm marrying you," after knowing him for 5 minutes and dragging him down to the aisle. Probably, you had to play a little game, and you got to know him a little bit, and you didn't want to, you didn't want to talk too much, you didn't want to talk, not enough, and you courted him, maybe you went on a date, maybe you bought him some flowers, and then maybe, after 6 months or a year or sometimes 2 years or even longer, then finally, you were asked to be married, or you asked the girl to marry you, and then you went from there. Now, we're not suggesting that you get to know somebody for a year or 2 years before you talk to them, but really, I feel that when you're out there prospecting, you kind of want to approach it and build rapport, build relationship. Josh talks about it all the time, is that people join us, not the opportunity. Now, we have a fantastic opportunity, but most everyone I've ever enrolled over the years in any opportunity that I've ever had the privilege of building, the one thing I told Aaron this, I've told several of you this, my strongest prospecting tool that I ever used was, once I got to know somebody and built rapport, I would look them right in the eyes, I would shake their hand, and I would say, "I want to be your business partner, sir." If it was Aaron who's coming on next, I would say, "Aaron, I want to be your business partner. You and I need to talk. I want to sit down. I want to show you something. You and I are going to be partners." And then I would sit down and show them my opportunity or whatever. But I got to know them well enough that, so that I could tell them that I wanted to be their business partner. And I think that really gives them a lot of flattery, and it compliments the person saying those words. And every time I've ever done that, I've always had good success. I've always had, now, not everyone's joined my opportunity or my business, but you know what? I've always been able to have a good conversation with that person. And I believe if they're an entrepreneur, if they understand leverage, if they've ever done a network marketing company before, any other company out there, I believe I have a fair chance of signing them up and getting them going. So that's kind of what I've been doing the last several weeks. And I've been working really hard, but we've got some massive growth happening. A lot of people we've been doing a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of three-ways. We just had a lot of great conversations with folks in the last few weeks. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring out a guy named Aaron. And Aaron's one of our up-and-coming leaders. He's enrolled 4 new people in the last 10 days. He's just rocking and rolling. He's doing it mostly with leads, but I know he's doing some other things locally in his area as well. So I just wanted Aaron to just kind of talk, and Aaron, I've unmuted you, but Aaron, if you'll just kind of talk for about 5 to 10 minutes and just kind of share with people what you've been doing, and so they can hear maybe some different viewpoints on how we're building. And then I've got a couple more guests as well. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself out, and Aaron, go ahead and take it over.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave. And that was some incredible information you gave. You actually pretty much summed it all up for me. All I'm doing is meeting new people, whether it's a lead or someone in my warm market, and I'm just building that relationship with them. And then after I build that relationship with them, I ask them a couple peeking questions, and Mr. Beisel asks it all the time. He goes, if you would take your next dream vacation, where would you go? If you could travel the world like the rich and famous, for pennies on dollar, would you be interested? Just those questions right there pique someone's interest. So as soon as they get their interest piqued, whether it's for travel or it's for the pain relief or whatever, or maybe the coffee, that's kind of been my hit point lately. I'll ask people, what's your favorite brand of coffee you drink? And, they'll tell me Folgers or Starbucks or whatever. And I'll be like, well, when's the last time that Starbucks ever paid you any kind of money for sharing their coffee or telling anyone else about it? And everyone pretty much tells me no. I have had one person tell me yes because he did work at Starbucks. But other than that, everyone tells me no. And so then I share a tool with them, whether it's the coffee or it's the one-day work week or it's the pain spray. Those are my 3 tools that I use all the time. And before I even share them the tool, I tell them, hey, look, when do you think you could taste this or try it out or take a look at this link? And I get a commitment from them. They tell me tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I'll say, so tomorrow being Tuesday, I'll say, okay, if I call you Wednesday at noon, you have seen the information for sure. And they tell me yes, and I get 3 confirmations out of them before I even go on and give them the tool or the link or whatever it might be. And after that's said and done, I call and follow up with them, and I ask them. I don't say, well, did you like it? I ask them, what did you like best? So if it's the pain spray, they tell me, hey, I used it on my knee and it helped relieve pain. Or, for example, my mother-in-law used it on her shoulder. She felt relief. She uses it all the time now. And then as soon as they tell me these things, I ask them on an interest level of 1 to 10. Where do you see yourself getting started with us? 1 being, no interest at all, 10 being interested. And if they give me anything from a 1 to an 8, it's an automatic, I get their information, see how much money they'd like to make, and I three-way them onto the call with somebody else. And I let that person close, what we do called closing, but they answer any questions. If they have questions or anything like that, I don't answer them. I let a third-party tool do it, whether it's your upline, your sideline, someone in your downline that's good at doing three-way calls. That is, how I'm building that. And then if they're a 9 or a 10, I sign them up. I get them either, to purchase the product, or I get them to sign up as a distributor, and then I three-way call them still after everything's said and done. And then, so that's that process, and then they're sponsored. So, they might have to go through and see another Tuesday or Thursday night presentation, or they might have to sit down and do a one-on-one, but that's where I'm asking them, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself getting started with us? And it's been working. I just asked them a couple of simple closing questions like that, and, well, the rest is history. Not everyone's going to join, but we're not looking for everybody. So that's my story, Dave, and I appreciate you letting me share it.
Well, and again, I think it's just important that because every one of us are doing just a little bit different thing, just a little bit different twist. And so I'm hoping that folks out here, if you just hear one nugget or one thing that says, you know what, I'm doing almost everything Aaron's doing except this or accept that. And I also will say, Aaron, one other thing that you've done quite a bit, and with almost everyone that signed up, is you're getting them on the phone with either myself or with Jay Joshua, and I know I'm actually doing three-ways and using you for three-ways as I find people. So that's that involved part of the equation that Josh talks about so much. And I know. Was it you, Aaron, that we did a three-way the other night? And at the end of the three-way, the gentleman said, "You know what? I'm really glad I talked to you. I feel a lot more comfortable about this opportunity after getting a chance to talk to you." And it didn't matter that it was me. It's just because it was another voice. Was it you, Aaron, that we did that with?
Yeah, I believe that was Saturday evening.
Or Friday? It was with Larry,
Friday.
I believe.
It was one of those days.
Yeah,
We've been doing a bunch.
They're all blended together. But the one thing about Aaron, and I'm going to go on to the next guest. But the one thing about Aaron, folks, is he's out there. He's just doing massive action. Every time I contact Aaron, he's doing something. And look, a lot of doing this kind of business, you're not going to work. You can't work 10 hours a day doing it. But if you'll do something for your business every single day, just something. If it's, I know we got a guy on the webinar tonight, George, who hopefully I'm going to talk into Sharon next Monday night. But every time I'm talking to George, he's doing something. He's always he's got some prospects he's talking tonight, or he's building. He's got some landing pages he's been building. But the guys that I see right now that are really building, that are starting to have success and taste that success, they're just every day they do something. It may only be a half an hour to an hour or whatever, but they do something for their business every single day. And so, but Aaron, just thank you, and you're definitely an up and coming, and I'm hoping I can keep up with you, sir, because I know we're having a competition, but it's going to be fun. We're going to make some money together. So I appreciate all you're doing. So anything else you want to add?
No, and that's all it is. You do a bunch of simple objectives every single day, and it'll start leading to results. Not everything will happen overnight. It's not a lottery ticket.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to mute you out now. I'm going to go on to the next guest. And, it's funny because I think it was last Monday night's training when Josh was talking, and he went through the steps. And I was sitting there listening to him. I was like, this is so easy. And that's the one interesting thing about building a huge team is it is so easy. The steps are easy. Now, it's difficult to do them, but the steps are so easy. But then you just have to do those easy steps over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's what Aaron's doing right now. He's just doing them over and over and over again. Now, the next gentleman I'm going to bring out is really, I was talking to him today. I really got so excited about what he was sharing because he's doing a method of marketing that I absolutely love. I was talking when I was telling my little deal that you don't want to hit him over the head with a club. You really want to build rapport and build relationships. And when I was talking to Melvin earlier today, I got really, really excited by what he was sharing with me. So let me go and unmute him, and hopefully we got him. I tried introducing Melvin once before. Now Melvin's a Max team leader. He's definitely been bringing new people on. He's doing a lot of different things. I'm not going to steal all your thunder, but Melvin, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. So glad we got you on here. Melvin, can you just share with everybody kind of what you were sharing with me earlier today? Because I got to tell you, when I got off the phone with you, I called Jay Josh, and I was like, Melvin gets it. I was pretty pumped up. So I'm going to go ahead and mute out.
Yeah, first of all, let me say to everybody out there in the Max Lifestyle, man, that it's great to be a part of this business. I'm really excited, about being a part of the team. I'm learning so much. and I just feel really blessed to, to have Dave and Jay Josh in our back pocket, and really doing everything that they can do to create success for us. One of the things that I think I heard this from maybe Jay Joshua or you a little bit ago, is that good marketers or successful marketers understand and they take action and they understand things like the seasonal buzz, what the seasonal business buzz is all about. And so we're seizing on that in two ways. One, if you're a basketball fan, you know that March is March Madness. And basketball fans go crazy during this month of March. And so this is our massive action kind of March Madness month for our team. And so we started off this month with a campaign because the buzz in the air right now during spring is spring cleaning. People are cleaning out trunks and cleaning out cars and cleaning out rooms. But one of the last things that are on people's minds sometimes is the body, this beautiful temple that we have called the body that we live in. And so we have some products that we think where we know that will really bless people in terms of their health. And so what we're doing is we're calling this Come Clean campaign. And what we're going to do is just start educating and inspiring people for this first week on just the importance of good health and the body and what the body needs. And we're not going to really do a whole lot of talking about our websites and our products, but just give value in terms of information. You want to educate people on the beauty and the blessing of health, and wealth. And then we're going to follow that with, now that then we're going to actually do a campaign, invite people to come in and do a cleanse and, get their temple in top-notch shape. And then we're going to talk about, what to put in that body after now it's all cleansed to keep it in optimum condition. And then we're going to talk about our products, like the Max Shake, protein shake, and start giving recipes. One of the things that I'm doing now is I'm doing all green stuff in the morning. And putting all that green stuff in coconut water doesn't taste all that good. But I found that throwing a scoop of my protein powder in there, makes it taste real yummy. And I can drink that green stuff down, and then I got all the benefits of what else is in that protein powder too. So we're going to take advantage of this seasonal buzz by doing this Come Clean campaign. And we're going to be doing a lot of that through Facebook because a lot of our people, a lot of our team already have a Facebook presence. And so we're going to kind of monetize that presence. And then we're going to follow that with, now that after you've got your body feeling good and looking good, where do you want to go? What beach do you want to lie on? What mountain do you want to climb? And now we're going to start talking about max lifestyle travel. So that's where we are right now. We're really excited, about our campaign and about this March Massive Madness for Max Lifestyle campaign. So we're going to go, and that's my story, Dave, and I'm sticking to
it. All right, awesome. And thank you so much, Melvin. And like I said, I really love that approach. Just because you're not out there again, you're not, walking up and saying, "Hey, join my team." You're doing something that's definitely meant to help others. And everyone that's involved with you knows that your motivation is truly to help other people. And I just love the whole campaign because you're out there, you're helping people, and I just know, and you hear that cliche all the time, the more people you help, the more money you're going to make. And I just know as you start helping folks and really sharing, the whole program you were talking about and incorporating the Max Lifestyle products into that with all the new people, you're going to sign up a lot of people that's going to want to join us and just be a part of our team. So just really exciting. So thank you so much. Anything else you want to add?
My wife wanted me to give you a big shout out, and she did a Healthy Diva Symposium down in Sacramento, and the company sent her some products to share with the ladies in the symposium, and it was great. And so she wanted to make sure I said thank you.
Yeah, not a problem, and we're really excited. And like I said, we'll talk this week, and anything I need to do to help you, just let me know, okay?
All right, appreciate you, bro.
All right, thank you. Okay, so that's Melvin, and I've got a couple more guests lined up for next Monday, Jay Joshua. So I know I think we probably took up enough time, so we're going to go ahead and get back to the training. And something else that I've done when I'm talking to people, especially when I'm talking to leads, is sometimes I get people on the lead that's just they've tried other things and they've done other programs, but they never really had any training. They never got trained. No one helped them. They didn't get their upline to really teach them. And that's what these Monday night trainings are all about. Is we have Jay Joshua, our owner, our president, our CEO of Max Lifestyle, who has absolutely made tons and tons of money online on the internet, and in previous programs that he did before he was an owner, has personally recruited over or up to close to 2,000 personals. I think he said it was over that, but he wanted to be a little bit conservative. So 2,000 personals. I think in my entire life, I don't know that I've enrolled over 200 personals. It would be right around 200. So to be a sponsor monster, to be able to enroll 2,000 people, it just blows my mind. It's absolutely crazy. And so that's why, when it comes to Monday night, and we'll probably be adding some more trainings, when it comes to Monday night, you want to roll up your sleeves and just start taking notes. And by the way, on the One Day Workweek blog, onedayworkweek.com/blog, every training we've done now for this year is listed. Apologize for that. Every training is listed on the blog, and so you can just go on that blog, and all of your new people should be going through these trainings. I think we have 5 or 6 of the trainings up there now, and every one of your prospects can get trained by a millionaire who has been a huge success and personally enrolled 2,000 personals. He's signed up 2,000 people, over the last 2 or 3 programs. He was saying, folks, we have an opportunity to take our new people and get them trained by one of the top trainers in the world. This is so huge. We absolutely have to take advantage of this. Now, Jay Joshua, I'm going to be bringing you out here in just about 2 more minutes. I do have one more guest that I've been watching. I'm hoping he can get his phone hooked up. So I'm going to give it just another second. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about Josh a little bit more while I'm waiting for my last guest here. And Neil, if you're on there, if you could just click on the audio and go from your mic and speakers over your telephone, and I'll go ahead and click on you there in just a second. So you have an opportunity to get all of your new prospects on the onedayworkweek.com/blog, and they actually are going to get trained by one of the top trainers in the world. And you guys have probably heard me say this before, but if I could tell you right now, if I could get you on with your new prospects and tell you right now that your new prospect, I could get them trained by Donald Trump, personally trained by Donald Trump for free on how to become a real estate tycoon. Every single person, I've never heard anyone that I've said that to that said no. They all say, yeah, absolutely, sign me up, I'll do that. And yet we have what I think is the equivalent of Donald Trump. We have how does that work? Algebra. We have to network marketing what Donald Trump is to real estate. I mean, Jay Joshua is one of the top network marketers and also one of the top internet marketers. And when you marry those two together, it's just so powerful. Let me see if Neil's ready here, so bear with me one second. Neil, sir, are you out there? Not sure if he can hear me, and we'll give it a second. Neil, I've unmuted you if you can hear me. Now, I'm not sure if you're calling on your phone. Okay, Neil, if you can hear me, I'm going to go ahead and bring Josh on, and then what we'll do is at the very end, I'll bring you back out, because I don't know if you're calling in on the phone or not, but let me try one more time. Actually, I was hoping to call on the phone. Hang on one second. Hey, Neil, you out there? Not sure. Okay. All right. Well, I heard Neil's little story last night about what he's been up to, and we had a training for one of our teams last night. And gosh, I got to tell you, I was really excited by his little what he's been up to. So I hope that we get his phone hooked up here in the next few minutes, and we'll come back to Neil at the very end of the webinar. And if we can't do that tonight, we'll definitely get Neil on next week. So next week we have at least 2 guests already booked, and we'll probably have if we don't get to Neil, we'll bring him on. We'll bring him back out. So all right. So Jay Joshua, I just want to tell you I'm so honored to be working with you, and I really appreciate all of your help and all of your training. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I got to tell you, after that incredible introduction, Dave, I better say something absolutely amazing here. So, and I got to tell you, if you get connected with Neil by cell phone and he wants to come out here and talk, we can certainly bring him out here. Folks, success is one of those things that there are literally millions and millions of people around the globe throughout time who have this little burning desire in them, this ember, if you will, that just naturally gets flamed every time they're walking around. And when you have this little ember burning inside of you, and you're an entrepreneur or a success seeker or someone who just wants more out of life, it just never goes away. And most of the people who find what we do, they have that little burning ember that says, hey, I want to be successful. Well, here's what I love, Dave. I could sit up here all day and teach. I've done 3-day events. I've done week-long training series. I mean, teaching and training is one of the things that I love to do. But I really want to go back to some of the things that I heard from some of our members here on the call that really strike me as being even more important than anything I could say. So if you're here on tonight's call and your goal, if you've got this burning ember and you want to become a success story, I want you to go back to a couple of the things that Aaron and Melvin said. And here's the things that I heard. When I was listening to Aaron, here's what I heard. Aaron didn't get up and say, hey, look, everybody, I've got 3 doctorates from Harvard. He didn't get on the call and tell everybody how smart he was. He got on the phone and he talked about power questions. Well, what are power questions? Well, power questions are at the core of all of my training. And my training is based around 3 things: introduce, invite, and involve. And it always begins with an introduction. You have to introduce your product, services, and opportunity to people somehow. Whether you do that on Facebook, or you do that because you're purchasing traffic, or you do that with somebody that you meet at church, or you do that with somebody that you've worked with, or you send it in an email, or you talk to them. I mean, at some point, there's only so many different ways you can communicate with people. And through that, whatever means of communication you're going to use, you have to introduce, this prospect or this person to the benefits of your product, services, and opportunity. Well, we do that with a technique that Aaron illustrated very, very well, what we call power questions. And sometimes I call them yes questions. They do effectively the same thing. But yes questions or power questions is how you introduce. Hey, let me ask you a question. If money was no object and you could literally travel anywhere on earth like a rock star, where would you go? Well, Hawaii, or Europe, or maybe I take a Caribbean cruise or an Alaskan cruise. Great. Well, let me ask you a question. If I can honestly show you a way to actually take your next dream vacation for free, or even better, if I can honestly show you how to get paid to take that dream vacation, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to find out how to get that done? Fantastic. Or I think Aaron went over coffee was one of the other ones that he did. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you enjoy fine, gourmet, perfectly roasted coffee? Well, yeah, I do. Well, what if there was a way for you to enjoy fine, gourmet, perfectly roasted coffee every single day for free? Even better, what if that coffee actually had ginseng in it and some other healthy nutrients to give you a little bit of boost? Would that be of interest to you? Would you be willing to try it for free? Okay. And I think Aaron took it a little bit farther and said, hey, who has the best coffee? Well, Starbucks. Okay, great. Does Starbucks pay you to drink their coffee? No. Well, we do. And of course, Aaron found a barista. At the end of the day, what is inherent in everything we teach is that compensation is based on the law of service. And here's what I mean. If you're here on this call and you've got that ember burning in you, that says, hey, I want to be successful. I want to step forward. I want to do more. I want more out of life. I want more time freedom. I want more financial freedom. Hey, that Jay Joshua was talking about the 1-day work week, the ability to literally create full-time income or more working just 1 day a week. I talked to a network marketer today. Exciting story. I talked to a network marketer today. She says, Jay Joshua, I work my business from 8 in the morning until noon. I spend every other minute with my family. You may not call me about business afternoon. She makes about $7,000 a month. She fired her boss. She literally is enjoying almost the 1-day work week. So we put a plan in place. We want to help her get to where she can literally have full-time income or more and work just 1 day a week. I said, we got to get that down to 2 hours a day. But here's the point. It isn't complicated what we teach. But there's a lot of work. You got to be willing to take action. Let's talk about what I heard from Melvin. Number one, Melvin, fantastic job. So you got a plan, okay? You got a plan. And you're talking about losing weight. You're talking about feeling great. And then you're talking about planning your vacation. Folks, all of our products are based on lifestyle. And if you have that burning ember inside of you that says, hey, I want to be successful, and if you understand that making money, because you want to make money, you want to be able to make a lot of money, well, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to help a lot of people. And how do you help a lot of people? You help a lot of people by introducing our products and services and sharing with people how our products and services are going to help them improve their lifestyle. I'm going to tell you right now, I've never met a single man, woman, or child who was in pain who was having a good day. Never met him. If you want to introduce me to somebody who is crying in pain and prove to me they're having a great day, then you can be the first. But I've never met anybody who's in pain. Never met anybody who's got the bottom of their feet burning, okay, got their knees hurting, okay, got their back hurting, their neck hurting, their shoulders hurting. I've never met anybody who was in pain who was having a good day. So you're not going to have good lifestyle if you're in pain, okay? I never met anybody who loves coffee every day who goes without their good coffee, and that's why we made the healthy gourmet coffee on the go, okay? I never met anybody who was missing their coffee who was having a good day. Well, everything we do is about lifestyle. I've never met anybody on vacation, really, who wasn't having a great day, okay? Sometimes kids get a little whining when they're on vacation, but the point is, just to tie it all together, it's very simple what we do. If you've got that burning ember inside you and you want to be successful, here's what I can tell you. If you want to make a lot of money, if you want to get time freedom, if you want to be successful in what you do, you got to help a lot of people. It's that simple. You got to help a lot of people. You got to help a lot of people improve their lifestyle. And we have amazing products and services. We'll teach you how to introduce those products and services. You can use yes questions. You can market online. You can share your products and services with friends or family. You can do all these things. But now I want to talk about something bigger for just a moment. And then we'll see if we've got Neil on the line. And I've only got a couple of other points that I wanted to cover tonight. But I want to talk about something bigger. How many of you use mobile apps? How many of you out here on tonight's call use mobile apps on your phone? Maybe you got a smartphone, got an iPhone, got an Android. How many of you use mobile apps? Okay. Did you know that an app went viral, and within about a 2.5-week period of time, there were nearly 50 million downloads of this app from people sharing the products and services? Now, why am I sharing that with you? I'm telling you that because good products get shared. And if you love our products and services, then you need to be sharing them. Now, Aaron, you've enrolled 4 people, I guess, in the last week. We need to make sure that all 4 of those people, Aaron, get the product. We need to go through the training that we've got in the Legend series, which is available on the blog. We want to make sure they've all got their product. We want to make sure their product arrives timely. We want to make sure that they use the product correctly. We want to make sure they understand how to use the product. And we want to help them find one or more of our products that they can become a testimonial for. That's the first step in creating success. That's the first step in getting people to share and becoming, more than just a consumer, but actually building a team. So, Aaron, you've got 4 people in the last week. We want to make sure the product gets to them on time. We want to walk them through using the product. We want to make sure they know how to use it. And then we want to let them know that we want to get a testimonial. Now, maybe they fall in love with our weight loss product. I know Melvin was talking about, mixing our Max Natural with that green coconut water. And let me tell you, it's absolutely incredible. It's the best flavor on the planet. I had to stop drinking it, Melvin. I no longer mix my Max Natural with the green coconut water because it's just like candy. I was drinking too much of it. I was having like 8 meal replacement shakes a day. I had to stop. Okay, so I just mix it with water now. But here's the thing. You get people using the products. Make sure that the products are helping them improve their lifestyle. And then it's very simple. People always ask me, hey, what's the secret in network marketing? Well, it's very simple. The secret in network marketing is to help the first guy or girl get the next guy or girl. How do you do that? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to get them to fall in love with the products. You got to get them to share the products, right? Because if you can help your 4 new people, Aaron, become a product of the product, fall in love with the product, become a testimonial for the product, and then help them simply share that product with people that they know, you're going to have an unlimited stream of leads. From those 4 people, Aaron, you're going to be in a position where next Monday night on this call, we could have another 7 or 8 people on your team just from those 4. Because sharing can really take your organization viral. But it's not going to happen if you go in your room and close the door and don't speak, okay? So you got to take some action. You got to email it, and you got to tweet it, you got to Facebook it, you got to get on the phone and talk to people. You got to do something, okay? And that's why we have the tools and the training to teach you how to use a grand opening letter, so that there's something really specific that you can say to new people to really encourage them and support them in getting started. So Point is this, Aaron. Congrats on getting those 4 people. The next thing we want to do is make sure that all 4 of those people become a happy customer user and begin to develop their own personal testimonial about the product. The next thing you want to do is you want to help all 4 of those people if they signed up as independent promoters, not just as customers. We want to help them create the grand opening letter so that they can tell all their friends and family that they've started a business in the lifestyle arena, that they've got this amazing product that does this that they love, and kind of share their story and just let them know that they're going to give, some little discounts to try the product out, and a little PS down at the bottom that says, hey, if you know anybody, our company's looking to expand in your area. If you know anybody who's looking to start part-time, please have them get in touch with me. And in this way, you're getting your products to go viral. You're sharing the products based on the merits of the products, based on how the products are actually improving people's lifestyle. And you're putting yourself in the position to find the entrepreneurs from the bunch in a very positive and professional and polished way. I hate using the word passive because I don't really believe success is passive. But as Dave says, you're certainly not beating them over the head with a club. Okay? Now, let's talk about Melvin's approach and how that can be applied to exactly what you're doing there as well. If you're in Aaron's position where you've got new people coming in and you're helping them become a testimonial of the product, you're helping them go through a little bit of training, helping them put together their grand opening letter so they can begin to share the product with others, then I like what Melvin's doing. Melvin's saying, look, if you're loving our pain relief, or if you're loving our weight loss program, look, you're on your way now. You're on your way to getting beach ready. Let's find out what beach you're going to go to. I love that. That's fantastic. So Melvin, if you got somebody on a weight loss program and they're headed from, losing 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds or more, in fact, Dave lost so much weight, and he did it in conjunction with obviously working out and a tremendous amount of personal energy. But Dave and I agreed several months ago to never talk about how much weight that he lost in conjunction with Max Natural, because we didn't want anybody to think that we were being disproportionate about where the benefit came from. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. Max Natural is an amazing product. One of the number 1 reasons why, as humans, why we tend to gain weight, especially as we get a little bit older, is because our metabolisms change. And as our metabolisms change, the little sweet treats we enjoy on a daily basis, the foods we eat, the overprocessed foods we eat, they don't digest as well. They're not being converted in the right form of energy. They're being stored as fats. And so one of the reasons why Max Natural works is because it's based off of brown rice protein, chia seed protein, and pea protein. It's a high protein concentrated drink that gives your body the nutrition and energy that it needs, but it's energy that's not going to turn into fat. Okay? And it's a powerful product. I love the product. It's one of the products that I spent the most personal time, getting formulated, getting just right. It's an amazing product. But I love your approach, Melvin. You're helping somebody get on their path to losing 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, and you're like, hey, you're on your way to getting beach ready. By the way, what beach are you going to? Let's start planning your next vacation, and that's what Max Lifestyle Travel is all about. So there's a process here, and at no point in any of this did I say anything other than try to help people have a great experience, try to help people improve their lifestyle. Because really, if you want to understand how a real business works and why any successful business is growing, it's because they're helping people. If you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want. So if you're out here on tonight's call, whether you're a guest or maybe you're one of our members who's kind of sitting back in the shadows, you're enjoying the training, you're enjoying the products, and you're just kind of getting ready to get ready. You're just kind of hanging back, and you're like, one of these days I'm going to come in here and I'm going to knock this out of the park. I'm going to tell you something. There's people every day just like you who are taking simple actions. Now, notice that Aaron didn't say that he went to a nationally televised football game and got up at at halftime in the center stage and talked to 100,000 people. We're not asking you to do that. We're not asking you to get up on stage and speak. We're not asking you to do any of those things. All we're asking you to do is to help people and to share the benefits of the products and services that we have to help people have a pathway to improve their lifestyle. And at the same time, there's a very high percentage of people out there right now in today's economy who are looking for a little bit more. They're looking for just a little bit more than a lifestyle improvement. They're looking for a zip code change. And that's where the one-day work week comes in. That's where our, our live webinars come in. There are people out there who really want to be part of the movement. And again, our company goal, folks, is to help 100,000 people around the globe be able to enjoy the one-day work week, which is the ability to earn full-time income or more working the equivalent of just 1 day a week. So if you lead with the benefits of the product to your sphere of influence using yes questions, power questions, whatever we want to call them, if you make sure that you make them happy customers, if you get them to help you do the grand opening letter, if you continue to share and you continue to help and you invite people to plug in and stay plugged in. I mean, I'll be right up front with you. If you're a leader out here on tonight's call and you didn't bring 3 or 4 of your team members out to tonight's call, then we all missed it, okay? Now, I'm not going to give you an opportunity to reply, but Melvin and Aaron, you're both out here speaking. I'm just hoping that both of you had your entire team out here on tonight's call, because if you've brought somebody into the business and there's an opportunity for you to speak and be recognized for your good works and efforts, then that's showing leadership, and that's giving a lot of encouragement. So I hope that for all of our leaders and all of our up-and-comers, all of you who are outgrowing, and what maybe you don't even maybe we're not even inviting you to speak one night, but if we have you out on a call and you're out on a training call and you've got team members, throw them a quick phone call. Just say, hey, look, you know, we got that big training call tonight. Dave Kay's going to be out there. Queen Twitter's going to be out there. We're going to have a few guest speakers out there. You know, people who are coming out just sharing their day-to-day success stories with what we're doing here with the One Day Work Week and Max Lifestyle. I want to make sure that you come on out. Just spend 45 minutes with us. You know, get that Monday checkup for the week so that you're ready to go for the week. So that's it, guys. Bottom line is this: Aaron, Melvin, great job. You're doing fantastic things. A lot of you out here who we didn't have speak tonight, I know you're doing fantastic things. I can see the back office. You're just doing a great job. And let's talk about Dave real quick before we bring Neil out, if he's available. But let me talk about what Dave did, because Dave went in to this networking meeting, and he just offered to help people with the product. He came out with 8 leads. He's got 3 sales, and I got to tell you, if you build your business right with just 20 or 30 sales a month, even if you never recruited a single team member, with just 20 to 30 sales a month of our Max Relief formula or exciting coffee, you could literally be making an extra $500 a month, an extra $6,000 a year. And over the next 10 years, you could easily make an extra $100,000 that you could put away for retirement, that you could put away to help your kids or grandkids go to college, that you could put away maybe for several vacations of a lifetime. All you need to do is share. It really is that simple. So, Dave, were you able to get the audio working there?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
We'll ask him one more time. I know I see he's hooked up on the mic, so I'm not really sure. I tried to text him, but
could be GoToWebinar too, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whenever people call in on GoToWebinar, it works perfectly. But for some reason, when I've been trying to have them on a mic and I mute them, for some reason it's not unmuting. So we've definitely had a problem with that in the past. So I'll go to him one more time, just real quick, just to see if he's out there. And I wanted to make a couple more comments. So hang on one second. Hey, Neil, I'm putting you on the spot again, buddy. If you're out there, you have a few minutes? Yeah, I just don't think it's going to work. Okay, no problem. All right, so Josh, you know, I was listening to you talk, and you know, it's funny because every time I hear you talk, I get excited. And guys, look, I'm going to tell you right now, there's days that that are hard. There's days that Josh will tell you, I'll just Skype him and I'll say, Josh, I'm having a bad day. You know, either I'm dialing the phone and you know, I've dialed 50 or 60 phone numbers and only talked to like 2 people, and the 2 I talked to yelled at me, and I'm kind of a sensitive guy, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get yelled at. And so I've had some days where I'm like, gosh, dog it, you know. And then I come to the Monday night training, it pumps me back up. Or I get on the phone with Aaron, and Aaron tells me that he signed up a new person, or and we do a 3-way, or I talk to Neil, and Neil just gets me so excited, or just everyone that's out here. I mean, I got really fired up when I talked to Melvin today, and of course Danny and George and David. And everyone is just, we've got so many people that are really doing well, so that keeps me motivated, keeps me excited. But I got to tell you, the Monday night meetings really get me pumped up. And so, you know, really that's part of this, is getting everyone on your team to these Monday night meetings. So if you're on here, that's cool, but you want to get everybody, get your whole team out here. if it's just once a week, it gets you fired up. What I'd like to see is I'd like to see you get your team on the Monday night meeting and then have everybody come to either Tuesday or Thursday. So the cool thing is we were doing live meetings every Tuesday night, and then Thursday we were recording them, and now we actually have live meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This last Thursday, Aaron and I did the meeting, and I thought it was pretty good. We got some pretty good compliments. So it was our first meeting together, but I thought for the first time, we did really well, Aaron. So again, thank you for that. So every Tuesday and Thursday now, we have live meetings. Well, guess what, guys? If we're doing a live meeting and there's 100 people on the phone, man, I'm going to have so much more energy and be able to do such a better job of really helping your prospects and getting people and getting information out there. Now, I think I'm always pretty excited, and I've always got a lot of energy, but the point is that it not only does it get me excited, but you get to feed off of my energy, or you get to feed off of Josh's energy. And so when you're having a bad day, the best thing you can do is jump on the 9 o'clock webinar and listen to it. It's only 35 to 40 minutes. We're not doing a real long presentation, but I got to tell you, every time I hear Josh talk, every time I get on with Aaron or somebody else on the team, I get pumped up. So Josh, I just really want to share that and let everybody know that Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come on out, bring your prospect. But even if you don't have a prospect that night, come on out and join us anyway, because again, you can feed off our energy, and we definitely feed off your energy. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Josh.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Dave, this is what I want to close out with. For every one of you out here on tonight's call, the reality of the reality of it is this. If you have this ember that's burning inside you and you really want to be successful, it isn't complicated to be successful, but it isn't easy either. And all you need to do is plug in. We haven't talked about this in a while, so I want to make sure that everybody knows clearly my opinion on it. If you're not working with Dave or your upline max team leader, I know we've got some great leaders out here, Danny, Melvin, Aaron, Neil. I mean, we got a lot of names that you'll hear, and there's several more I haven't mentioned there, but even Dave can ask you, if you haven't reached out to your upline max team leader to put together your max plan, then you're really not giving yourself the best shot of success. There's nothing more important than having a good plan. And that doesn't mean we're going to beat you over the head and give you exercises to do. I promise you, Dave will not make you do jumping jacks. But let me tell you what's included in a max plan. And all of you, Aaron, Melvin, pay close attention to this, because this is what I do every time I enroll a new member. First thing I do is I welcome them to the team. I involve leadership. I let them meet other people they're going to have an opportunity to work with. The second thing that I do is I make sure that their product is on its way, and I'm going to manage that all the way through. Make sure their product gets there. Make sure their product shows up on time. Make sure they know how to use the product. Make sure they understand the value of becoming a happy product user, okay? I'm going to collect some referrals, but it's really important when you sponsor an independent promoter that you sit down with them and you make sure that they're registering for training, that they're identifying their why, what it is they're really doing with this business, that they give you a schedule for when they're going to be working the business, and then they make a list. Got to make a list of people they're going to be sharing the products and services with, choosing their path. It's just key for all of you that you get together a max plan to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. No one of you should do this alone. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to be in business for yourself and do it all by yourself, hey, you're welcome to. I mean, that's a great thing about free enterprise, folks. But if you're here because you want to be in business for yourself, but never by yourself, if you want to work with the team, I mean, I see a lot of names out here. I'm not going to call you out loud, but I know several of you on this call, you have not put together a max plan. And I know some of you on this call haven't put together a max plan, and you have sponsored people who haven't turned in a max plan, or if they did, I didn't hear about it. And by the way, some of the people you sponsored aren't very active, okay? So my point is, I don't really believe in pure duplication, but I do believe that you can build a highly leveraged income. And I'll tell you this, people do what leaders do. And if you're a leader out here on tonight's call, and you're missing some steps to success, your team is going to see that, and they're going to magnify your failures long before they magnify your successes. So, folks, it isn't simple, okay? and it isn't complicated. It isn't really hard, and it isn't really easy. But if you got that burning ember and you want to be successful, we're here to help you every step of the way. Get the results that you're looking for. Make sure you get a max, make sure you work with upline leadership, get a max plan. Make sure you're taking action. Make sure you're sharing, introducing, inviting, and evolving. With that said, folks, we're going to close out today's webinar. I want to thank all of you for joining us. Dave, for those awesome introductions. Queen, for helping out. Always great to hear your voice. You just got such a great personality, Queen. You're just fun. And always appreciate you coming out and introducing everybody. Aaron, you're doing a great job. Melvin, you're doing a great job. We've got several other leaders lined up for the next Monday night training call. So at the end of this call, I'm going to close out with one of my favorite ways to close any webinar. Remember this. If you got that ember burning inside you, remember this. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. And sometimes all you have to do is a little bit more than the next guy or a little bit more than the next girl to win the race, to get ahead and start creating the results that you need. With that said, I'm going to close out the webinar. I'll see each and every one of you at the top, on the inside, and on the beaches of the world. Bye for now, everyone.
To learn more about how you can create a solid full-time residual income by promoting our exclusive product line, go to www.maxnow.net. Thank you and have an awesome day.